Hi Yoga Coasters, welcome to another class. My name is Bridie and for today's practice we have a Yin class. So we're going to focus on opening and releasing through the shoulders, the side body, and also tapping into the hips, mainly because that's where I'm feeling awfully tight today. So I thought that you will most likely benefit from that too. It's often the shoulders and the hips where we feel a little bit stuck. So before we get started, just grabbing yourself a bolster or a nice big cushion or a few cushions, and maybe a block as well, or something that would be similar that's around your house, like a big thick book that you could use in replacement for a block. So we're going to get started down on our backs. And here it feels really nice to bring the bolster or your pillows underneath your knees. Just if you find you have lower back discomfort, it just releases through the lower back. And coming to rest all the way down, finding your most comfortable position here, just adjusting through your hips. Let your arms come long down by your side with your palms facing up. And when you feel ready, just closing down your eyes. And if you're quite new to Yin, just knowing that there's no force in our practice. We hold stretches or poses for a lot longer than we normally would, anywhere from 3, 5, 8 minutes. So we're not trying to overexert here. We're tapping into our tissues, our ligaments, our tendons, not so much focusing on the big muscle groups. Throughout our practice, we just keep our breath steady and natural. Wherever your body falls is exactly where it's meant to be to start to open and release. So here, let's just start to find a Yin-like state. It's holding your awareness on your natural breath. Maybe noticing the sound, the texture, the temperature. And if you're not already, can you allow it to enter and exit through your nose, calming your whole body down. Just starting to visualize the energy from your day or the energy from your week starting to sift from the front of your body all the way into the back of your body. Maybe you see this as light, a color, or maybe sand or soil sifting down heavy to the back of the body. And feeling that weight of energy at the back of your body. Starting to open the back of your body and just let it all simmer out and fall deep down into the earth. Leaving your channels, your energy clear and light. But from your release, feeling anchored completely back of the body to the earth. And softening through the brows, the forehead, the jaw, allowing the tongue to drop from the top of the mouth. Still observing the movement of your breath, even though the body is still. Being the witness of this rhythm, of this natural cycle. Finding that sense of being the one who is being breathed, not so much the breather. Observing just 4 more natural breaths. And moving very, very slow as we start to transition into our first pose, coming to hug both of the knees in towards the chest. Maybe here you find just a gentle rock from side to side across the lower back. And we're moving into our happy baby pose. Just giving you a few options along the way. First option is to keep a bend in the knees. Bring the hands to grasp around the front of the shins or the calves. And just coming to open and drop the knees out nice and wide. Letting the hips become heavy, soft through the ankles, soft through the toes. Maybe you start here. You might take it deeper through the time that we hold. Otherwise, if you wish to, start to move deeper into this pose, just starting to send the soles of the feet up towards the ceiling. Maybe you reach and grab a hold of the ankles, still letting the knees drop out beside the rib cage. Or finding the full pose, grabbing the outer edges of the feet, just allowing the weight of the arms to draw those knees beside your waist. And then when you feel you're comfortable in your chosen position, just finding a little bit of length through the back of the neck, maybe picking the head, tucking the chin slightly. And then here we just let gravity do the work, not trying to pull down on the feet, not trying to force the tailbone to the earth, just starting to let the whole back body melt, letting the hips melt open. Feeling that nice space between the thighs for your natural breath to flow. And of course, if you're comfortable, just closing down the eyes throughout each pose. And I'll let you know when it's time to transition. Just 1 more minute resting here. Maybe if you began with just a bend in the knees, you might see how it feels to extend the soles of the feet to the ceiling, reaching for the ankles, maybe the outer edges of the feet, but just knowing that discomfort is normal in yin, but pain is not starting to decipher if you've gone too far. Just taking it back, you should still be able to breathe easy. We keep the breath natural. We let the body know that it's not in danger. It doesn't need to try and protect old injuries that no longer exist. It can start to let go and release. Finding a beautiful full belly breath, nice expansion between the thighs. And as you exhale, slowly starting to draw the heels back in towards the glutes if they were lifted to the ceiling. And releasing the knees back in towards one another. You can guide them with your hands. Maybe gentle squeeze of knees to chest. And releasing long into a rebound, extending through the legs. Maybe find the bolster or your pillows back underneath the knees. Just making sure your heels are grounded to the earth. Arms come back down long by your side, palms face up. Coming back to complete stillness. With the heaviness of your physical body, you might start to notice the energetic body. Any sensations of heat or pulsation, any tingling. Noticing that circulation of released energy from possibly the hips, the lower back, starting to dissolve into the rest of the body. And you can choose to rebound here for a little longer and pause the video, otherwise slowly rolling over to one side. And when you feel ready, using that top hand to peel the side of the body up, not leading with the head. Let the head remain heavy all the way into your seat. And finding our next pose, our mermaid pose. Just bringing your pillow or your bolster width across your mat. And drawing the right knee up in towards the bolster, extending the left leg long. And coming to drape the side of the waist over the bolster, reaching the right fingertips. And then coming to extend the left arm up and overhead. And just making sure that the head's grounded to either your bicep, maybe the mat, maybe a block or another pillow. And closing down the eyes once again, observing the natural breath. This time with a little more focus of that breath entering into the left lung. Just observing the left rib cage expanding, how that gently opens the left side body. If you wish to take this pose deeper, you can just start to let your heart roll up towards the ceiling and just allowing the left fingertips to drape further behind. Wherever you end up, the body becomes heavy again. Full weight into your prop. Expanding deep into the left lung as you inhale. And exhale, just slowly rolling on to your belly to exit. And maybe finding a drape of the bolster underneath the hips, extending the arms out long, just resting the right cheek down towards the mat. And of course you can stay here in a rebound if that feels good for your body. We're going to continue to the other side, bringing the hands in beside the rib cage, peeling the front of the body from the mat. And then we're spending some time in your child's pose, sinking the hips back towards the heels. And moving to the other side, this time the left knee draws in towards the bolster. And extending the right leg out long. And coming to release the left side of the waist over the bolster. And reaching that right arm up and overhead. And here we observe natural breath, feeling the right lung, expanding the right rib cage, expanding the right side of the body. Again, taking that option to deepen this posture, rolling the heart up towards the ceiling, just allowing the right shoulder to open even more. Right arm falls behind, just again making sure the head's grounded. Just 30 more seconds here to balance out each side of the body. And gently coming to roll back onto your belly. And this time, again, option to remain with the bolster underneath the hips. You can pause the video, just dropping this time the left cheek down to the mat. Otherwise, we're continuing into our next pose. So we're finding our half dragonfly side fold, bringing the bolster across the right hip crease. And we're just coming to drape the right side waist over the bolster, letting the head be heavy, reaching the left arm up and overhead. So the left foot is to the inside of the right thigh. Just relaxing through the right ankle, let the toes be heavy. Maybe resting the head onto the right hand, just allowing the left elbow to be soft as it drapes up and overhead. If you have the space, maybe you remove the bolster and just come to release that right arm inside the leg, maybe reaching for the left foot. Again, not trying to push or pull here. Once you find a bind, if your body is open to that, you then just start to relax. And on your next exhale, breath slowly coming to rise from your side fold. And we're moving straight into the other side. Left leg extends long. Sole of right foot comes to the left inner thigh. Again, using your pillow if you need. Cross the left hip crease. We come to drape the side waist over the pillow. Maybe you come to relax the head into the hand. So you reach the right arm up and overhead. Let it be heavy again, checking that we're not flexing through that left ankle. Just start to release through the ankle, through the toes. And of course, again, taking that option to deepen into your pose, removing the bolster, releasing the left arm in front of the right leg, and extending the right arm up and overhead. And wherever you are, we just start to allow gravity again to do its thing. And finding a nice deep breath in. And using our exhale breath again to rise. And entering straight into our final pose, our Dragonfly fold. So just remaining where you are in your seat, extending both of your legs out wide. You can choose to sit a pillow or bolster or prop underneath your hips just to help tilt forward as we are coming into a fold. And bringing your bolster in front or your pillow in front to rest your body onto. You might want to find an incline of your prop, stacking books or block underneath the bolster or stacking through your pillows so that you can come to rest easy, dropping one cheek off to the side as you fold. And as always, if you wish to come deeper, you can just unravel any stack of props and continue to remove them as you feel your body gradually start to open. Again, checking we're not flexing the ankles or the toes. Just allowing the whole upper body to be heavy, just hinging forward from the hips. Maybe feel the rise and fall of the natural breath pressing into your prop. And if you have your head turned here, just starting to switch to the opposite cheek to balance out through the neck. And from here, beginning to exit our dragon fold, walking hands back in towards the hips. And from here, moving into your final resting pose, your pentacle pose, similar to how we began with the bolster or your pillow underneath your knees, or you can remove it just taking the legs out nice and wide, spreading the arms long down by your side with your palms facing up. I'm going to leave you to finish your practice here in your resting pose, at least staying for 5 minutes. If you did enjoy this class today, I'd love your feedback as what you did or didn't enjoy. As this channel is very new, it's just a baby, so I'd love to hear from you. And if you did enjoy it, please like and subscribe so I can see you in the future. Namaste.